up, my two-piece fam followers? How are you? I'm good, as you see, having me a cocktail. My shades are up, so you know it's time to talk. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I am not the streaming person. I don't have a Fire Stick. I don't have any streaming services. I have nothing but that good old cable box, thanks to Spectrum. My mom used to have DirecTV, and I loved it. Now when I go home, it's like I have to write down the shows that I watch, because I have to jump from Peacock to Hulu to Tubi to Freevee to whoever V. I just have to find it. It's just a heavy jump here and there. It's not the convenience of what cable is, where I could just hit the guide and just keep on going. I have to jump back and forth. So I'm gonna talk about some of my trash TV I like. I like reality shows. You know, I love the First 48. You know, interesting thing is I've been to a couple of cities that the First 48 has broadcasted in, and I would drive past the police department just so I can see if that's what it really looks like. When I was in Miami, I drove past Miami PD office. It does look raggedy as hell. The M is hanging off of the building. It is just raggedy as hell. Of course, here in Charlotte, they did First 48, 2 or 3 seasons in Charlotte. I actually know a few people off of the First 48 show. They're retired now, but always good to know. But there is one TV show that I am just enamored with. I have to watch it. I don't understand why I gotta watch it, but it is a train wreck for the best train wrecks ever. And it is called Love After Lockup on WeTV. It comes on Friday nights. And these are people who write inmates, get into relationships with these inmates. Some of them marry these inmates while they're in jail. And then when they get out of jail and they have life after lockup, they follow them after that. But then when they get out of jail, all of the jailhouse talk that they talked while they were inside, and reality comes out, and they're like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. And they done changed up. They done changed up on them real quick, talking about, oh, well, I'm getting parole at my mama's house, so I can't come live with you for a little while. And then these girls and guys are moving to where these people are being paroled, like they're uprooting their lives. I love that train wreck. I love it. And it was one couple, his name was Michael, and he was dealing with this Caucasian woman, but he also had another woman, black girl, as his girlfriend as well. And he and the Caucasian girl had 2 kids together. And she held him down while he was in jail, but he was also talking to this other female who was holding him down. And honey, when he got out of jail, both of them showed up to pick him up. And where did he go? He went with the baby mama. But then turned around and snuck out the house and went to old girl's hotel room and was like, you know, I just had to go with her because she's the one who I'm being paroled to at the house. So you done lied to this girl for a year, told her you being paroled to your mama house, but you actually was being paroled at the baby mama house? You missed that first word, baby, in front of the mama. And then on top of this, y'all, he leaves her and goes back to the baby mama house. They getting it on, doing it. Guess what? A month later, she's pregnant again. Man, listen. You can't tear me away from that TV on that one, because that is a true train wreck. And then on top of that, they were taking him to his parole officer for the first check-in, the girl, not the baby mama, the girl. And they got pulled over because he was driving. How you driving and you on parole? You ain't got no driver's license, sir. But you get pulled over, and guess what? Your ass got yanked right back in jail. You didn't even make it to your parole meeting. And guess what? The parole officer was like, guess what? Just keep his ass in there, because he ain't gonna do right. And he's like, man, I was on the way to the parole office. And that officer said, do you not understand? You are still mine. You are not free. I about laughed all the way to town. It was ridiculous. Another one of my favorite shows, it's based out of Charleston, where I'm from, called Southern Charm. And it's 7 privileged, mainstream America people who live in the downtown area of Charleston, and they go to these different frou-frou places, and they have these wonderful brunches and these wonderful galas that they make up and, you know, decide they want to just have a party just for the hell of it. And these people walk around Charleston like they're untouchable. Now, I like to see Charleston on TV. I like to see Charleston as imagery of places that have changed, because every place is being gentrified. Charleston is being gentrified. Huge, massive. Like the local library has turned into what they call the Bennett Hotel, which is one of the now most expensive hotels in downtown Charleston, where one night for a single bedroom is $550. And you built it out of a 2-story library building. Come on now, that ain't happening. So Southern Charm, it goes through this log of different things, and one of the persons that who was on it, he's no longer on it, is Arthur Ravenel's son. And he gets hooked up, I guess, with another Southern Beller who was very young, because, you know, Thomas Ravenel was in the legislation, and he got popped off of some drug charges and got kicked out there. And then he met this young lady named Catherine, and very, very young, and started messing with her, and they had a baby, and she's set for life along with her old money. And then they go through this rigmarole, and they break up, and she got addicted to alcohol and some pills, and then she ended up having another baby with him, and then he has custody now, back and forth. And so now they're showing the backstory of Charleston, and showing some of the other things of Charleston. But one thing that really pissed me off about Southern Charm is that somebody, I can't remember, they went to a friend's wedding in Charleston at the Boone Hall Plantation. I normally don't frequent things that say plantation in Charleston, but this particular place, Boone Hall Plantation, they had a wedding there, and one of the decorations and centerpieces, y'all, I kid you not, the centerpiece was cotton. Straight cotton. Man, let me tell you something. I went to a wedding in Charleston. Not this one, but another wedding in Charleston. And their centerpieces at the cocktail hour, not in the reception, but in the cocktail hour, were bushels of cotton. And they had other little baby's breath stuck into it and things like that. I was so damn offended, y'all. I kicked over that little bistro table, and I knocked over that damn centerpiece. And they were like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I'm getting the hell up out of here." How you gonna put cotton as the centerpiece? at your wedding. And your servers walking around all black. Messel. I left and I took my bougie ass $75 gift. Took that shit, turned it right back in, and guess what? Went straight to the liquor store and bought my own liquor. You ain't getting that. Sorry. That put bad taste in my mouth. But Charleston is focused very well on the show. They show the USS Yorktown, which is an amazing place to go for you to visit. They show downtown. They show a couple of restaurants that are currently open now. One of the places that I really like is called Bourbons and Bubbles. That actually is made out of an old bank right on King Street. And it has very high class and high range bourbons that you are able to taste. Very crafted very well, smoked, non-smoked, and just some little pizzazz, razzle to the dazzle to the drinks. But it's a great atmosphere, and I think it's that place is going to really grow Charleston. And then, of course, we just opened up the International African American Museum and Southern Charm. From what I've seen on the previews, they're going to be there for a little gala. So, you know, they got to dress up and try to frou-frou that up. But it's our history as well. Another one of my shows that I really like, that I'm addicted to, is Chopped. I like to see different areas of food being put together to make something out of nothing. Because, you know, back in the day, your parents used to do their own version of Chopped when they didn't have many groceries, but they'd go in that refrigerator and put 2 and 2 together, and you sit down and you eat, and you think it is, yes, I'm about to say it, the most wonderfulest food meal that you have ever had. And they put it together with 3 and 4 things that they didn't think that they can put together, but, you know, give them a cast iron skillet and an oven, baby. You got a good dinner, and you might have some leftovers for tomorrow for lunch. A couple of reboot shows that I really liked that they did. Night Court. I used to love Night Court. The reboot I really didn't really get into as much, even though I watched it anyway, just on GP. Was The Judge. The daughter was supposed to be Harry Stone's daughter, and she was kind of vanilla, but it was more so funny because they had one of the main characters, Dan Fielding, on there, which was really good. I wish they had brought like somebody else, like Marsha Warfield, or even Marky Post or something like that as the DA. Another good show that started but ended was Dallas. I loved Dallas altogether. Dallas was one of those things where you got to see the adults in Dallas. You know, Dallas with the real characters, Patrick Duffy and what is his name? I can't remember J.R. Reel's name, but he played the character J.R. and, you know, Miss Ellie and Jock and all of them. You know, all of them were, you know, back in the 1900s, you know, the 80s and the 90s, and then they brought the new Dallas out, which the children took over. And I'm going to tell you what, John Ross, that son, was just like JR, just as edge cutting and throat cutting and Mr. This is my birthright type of privilege. That's that audacity that's out here today. But I enjoyed the show, even though they canceled the show. I enjoyed the show. Haven't gotten to Quantum Leap yet because that was my favorite show back in the 1900s with Scott Bakula. But this new guy, I think that's just, yeah, no, I can't deal with that. That's really not that one. So those are my trash TVs. Those are my trash, you know, reality shows that I really, really like. A couple of other ones that I really like that are just series are like Golden Girls and Psych and Law and Order and SVU. That was the bomb. Sanford and Son, always a good one. But I never watched Martin. A lot of people look at me when they say you never watched Martin. I never watched Martin. Martin was just one of those things that never caught my eye. My sister now can definitely give you every line from Martin, every character from Martin, but I can't. But I'll sit there and listen to her, and I'll laugh because some of that shit Martin was saying was funny. It was really funny. And then, of course, the big snaps between him and Pam. Those were also good. Living Single, that's always a good one on a Saturday rainy afternoon. But those are just some of my trash shows that entertain me when I don't have anything to do or if I'm at home with my mom traveling. But then I also got into this thing called Person of Interest. I really like that show. It's one of those scientific things. So check out some of the stuff that I like, my good peoples. Tell me what you like. Comment below after the show and tell me what some of your favorite shows are. Maybe I can check it out. Let's communicate a little bit more in the comments. I love to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what you have to say. That's my time. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you in here. Snap, 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 snaps. Shades on. Drink in hand. Where we going next?